Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm Kat.
And today we are doing...
Child of Light.
So, Ubisoft sent this to us for a review. Thank you to Ubisoft. Let's get right into it. What is it?
It is an RPG side-scroller, and you are playing as Aurora, this princess who is taken one night while she's sleeping and into this parallel universe or parallel world called Numeria. And she, in order to get back to her father, who she misses very much, she must fight her way and restore the stars, sun, and moon who've been taken by the Black Witch, or the Queen of the Night.
Queen of the Night.
Hey!
Get it?
No.
You're the Queen of the Night. Hooker. How do you think that we do this show? It doesn't pay for itself. RPG on the same engine as the Rayman Legend engine, and holy shit does it look good.
It's beautiful. At certain points the background looks like it's kind of made of canvas. The background also has a lot of depth to it. You'll see like a titan walking in the background. You're like, oh, that's so cool. And then later on you get to...
You don't get to go near it. Maybe you do go near it.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
There's something about it that left me wanting more about this game.
Yeah, it was kind of missing something. For me, I mean, especially this really bothered me. I had to read every piece of dialogue.
But you know what's
wanted
funny?
Voice acting.
There was voice acting at the beginning, and it was good.
Yeah.
And it was all rhyming.
And the story was cool.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is like a fairy tale. It's like, once upon a time in a faraway land. You're like, oh, this is so cool.
I wish that there was some voice acting and a little bit more animation in the characters, because you see the characters walking around as you're moving them around, but the actual cutscenes are just 2D images. I kind of just was wishing for a little bit more in that regard to kind of get a little bit more of the characters in.
Yeah.
Because in this game you run into so many different characters that come on your team, and some are good at like casting spells, some are good with just like
attacks, straight
yeah,
up,
straight up
damage,
attacks,
yeah.
or helping your other teammates by casting spells over them, like walls and whatever you want to do, basically.
Kind of thing.
So once you get into it, you get into the characters, and you kind of realize like, it leaves you wanting a little bit more from the characters.
Yeah, you never feel satisfied. You never feel like, wow, this is so good, it's all coming together. I like love all these characters, the story's amazing. You're just kind of like, it's okay. It's good. It's pretty.
It's good.
I love how her hair moves. There's this firefly that you also control, and you can play multiplayer. Medium on that. I mean,
well,
it's cool that you can do it. And this guy can come over, whoa. This guy can come over and he can heal your party members, and he can pick up wishes and health and stuff like that, and he can blind the bad guys and make them take longer to cast, which is cool, but that's not a multiplayer game. It's like Mario Galaxy.
I wish it was a little bit more. I wish that the Firefly can actually cast potions and spells and have his own little, like, his own hit meter and whatnot. How the game works is there's a little time zone on the bottom of the screen, a little bar, and the characters move at different speeds.
Yeah, so there's the wait section and then there's the cast at the end in red.
So you have to basically wait for your character to get to the cast section. Once it gets to that, it freezes time. And in that time, there's so many different options here. You can switch characters out, you can use spells, you can use the Firefly to heal.
Flee.
There's all sorts. So let's talk about the Firefly really quickly. If you're playing with one player, your left analog stick controls your main character, and the right analog stick controls the Firefly. And holy shit, during battle, it's sometimes you're faced 3 characters, and it's so chaotic to use both of those and pick out your spells and, you know, use potions and whatnot.
So in a way, you do want to have 2 players for that, but it's not enough for the second player.
No, but Alan, the 3KB legend, came on the show, and you played it as well. I had a blast when we were playing the 2-player portion.
It was more fun. It was more fun.
In the game, there's potions, there's magic spells, there's an upgrade tree for each character, and when I say each character, I think there's about 6 or 7 characters in the game that you come across during chapters. You could switch them out during battle at any point of the battle, which is really, I think, is amazing.
Yeah, it's great, because then you can cast a spell to lull and make the guys slower, and then you bring someone else in and deal a bunch of damage to them while they're all lulled. Oh, it's great.
So, here's one little problem with the game I had. The actual upgrade trees, they
seem kind of simple. Like,
they're they're simple, but you kind of don't get a sense of where you're going with them unless you really look them over, because at the beginning it looks very randomized, and you're like, well, I don't know what to do, this. Once you start to realize, okay, one is for the, you know, your overall point system, your overall health system, I mean, your magic spell, your speed, and you kind of get this sense of like, there's so many points in the game, and unless you play the game over the first time around, unless you're a classically trained RPG player, you're not going to have too much fun with this in terms of upgrading, until you look at it in detail. And so, you know, in saying that, if you're not an RPG fan, then this game is definitely don't go near it.
Don't do it.
Overall, graphics are just unbelievable at
They're
this
beautiful.
point. They're amazing. It didn't leave me like wanting more.
But it doesn't feel like next gen graphics per se, you know?
Well, you know what it is, because it's not.
It's kind of papery.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Which
it's
is
something.
cool.
It's something they could have done last gen, but I still think that you can see the next gen in it a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Just by the way that the models are moving and her
the way
hair.
her hair moves.
Because her hair, I looked at it at the beginning and go, oh, it's just the typical, you know, usual hair in the wind. Sort of like Gravity Rush for PS Vita. Her hair always flew around, and it was like just a simple design. In this, the Firefly, well, her hair is actually...
by her, it's like, and it changes.
Yeah, her hair is attracted to the light, so it's always constantly moving around. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's attracted to the light?
Yeah, it goes near the
Oh,
light.
I thought just because I was running past her so quickly.
So the other point of the Firefly is he collects all these things called wishes. So there's blue, green, and purple wishes that float around. You get them from little trees or these little weird plants, and once you collect those, they go into your, you know, your magic points, your overall health, and it also heals the rest of the team.
Yeah, and you can also go around and collect potions and stuff like that from chests.
Yeah, so there's lots of potions and chests all scattered around the world. There's some secret areas. They're not too hard to find because you just shine the light with the Firefly and you mostly see them all. We probably missed a few, but I don't think we were looking that
I think
hard.
we're doing pretty well. The enemies were cool. I liked the design of all the enemies, and I liked that they all had their own strengths and weaknesses, and you had to kind of figure out and strategize how you're going to kill them the quickest. I enjoyed that a lot.
The fact that it's $14.99, if this was $39.99, I'd be like, whoa, that's a little bit much.
But for 15, very reasonable.
So overall, music is decent. Graphically, it looks amazing.
Beautiful.
If you're the type of person that likes RPG and grinding, put those two together, you'll absolutely have a blast for $15. I mean, it's almost a must-own for $15 if you're into grinding.
And if you're into beautiful art design.
Well, yeah, that's a given. I mean, $15 for this game, that's what I kept thinking. This is $15. Holy shit, that's really good for $15.
Yeah.
If this was a full-price Rayman Legends game or any RPG like Final Fantasy, whatever, not so much. I don't think the content is all there for it. Overall, a very simple yet fancy design in terms of the characters, in terms of the movement, really. So overall, I give it an 8.5 for the fact that it's $15 and it's just one of those games that you'll pop on, have a good time with. If your friend's over, you can grab the second controller and have a great time with. And yeah, 8.5, I highly suggest it if you are an RPG grinding fan. Also, if you're female and you really like fairy tales, you could speak on this. It's actually a decent story.
It is a decent story. I like the story, but it's just, it's a little bland for me.
So overall, I give it an 8.5 for the fact that it's $15 and it's just one of those games that you'll pop on, have a good time with. If your friend's over, you can grab the second controller and have a great time with. And yeah, 8.5, I highly suggest it if you are an RPG grinding fan.
I'm gonna give it an 8 instead of an 8.5. It loses the 0.5 more because, yeah, it loses the 0.5 more because I didn't like having to read everything.
I'm kidding.
It started off so well, and the story was great, and I was into it and loving it, and then I just had to read so many things. Not that I don't mind reading, I love reading, but when I'm playing a video game, I'm there to play a video game. If I want to read, I'll go read a book.
You sound like one of the Zelda fans who's like, I love Zelda, but I'm so sick of the reading.
I love Zelda, and that's the thing. I feel like this was channeling those types of games, which is cool. I understand that. The art design is beautiful.
It's an RPG, they all do it.
I know they all do it. Well, but still, in Final Fantasy,
Look,
there's
I'll be honest.
scenes-
You know why it's annoying? Because all of the writing is all kind of trying to be rhyming.
Yeah, which is cute.
So it's like, let's go down to the bay and eat some hay. What do you say? I have to say the battles are intense at times.
Totally. The bad guy will revive his stupid wenches a million times. We were fighting that spider for like hours, it felt like. He just kept reviving those black wenches.
You know, and the other thing that I kind of was thinking about, but we didn't really get into that much because we wanted to beat the game, is the fact that there are side missions. So every chapter you go into, the characters are like, can you find my flute? Or what does this do? Find my brother, or find this or that. And those are extras on top of the main story that just are going to prolong this game even further. So I think it's kind of, if you're a completionist, and you absolutely love RPGs and you love grinding, because you do have to grind at the beginning right away, I highly suggest the game.
Yeah. No, I agree. I suggest it for sure. Great game if you like all those things. If you're not into RPGs, you will not like this at all. If you don't like reading, you will not like this. But if you like everything else we've talked about that's been positive for $15, awesome.
You know what's funny about gamers? It literally is divided, obviously, because some gamers hate reading and they want that dialogue read to them. And then there's some that kind of get more out of this because you have to use your imagination.
And imagine how their voices sound.
Well,
not really though. Like, I mean, you're looking at them.
Well, no, I think part of the design is to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of, there was moments in the game where I'm like, what did you get there? And you're like, I don't even know. I don't know. But then
they rhyme too much.
Yeah, like I understood it, you didn't, and sometimes you understood and I didn't. And I think that's kind of overall speaking to the design of the game. I think that was the plan, for everyone to be like, okay, here's a simple fairy tale, but add your own wants and needs into the characters. So I felt that they really tried to do that. If it works, I don't know yet, because I'm still sitting here. Well, maybe it does work, because I'm still thinking about it. So good job on that. I can't stress it enough. Thank you for supporting the show.
Yes.
And we're happy to announce our Patreon page is going really well. Link in the underbar to that if you don't know what it is. But I'm going to announce now, we did the draw, and the winner out of, I think there's 8 people that are on this right now. The winner is Tim, so we're going to be sending him one of these posters signed this week. So congratulations to Tim.
Hooray, Tim!
Tim, you're a 3KB legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time. Well, no, I should copy some other show. Until next time. Well, you didn't even say until.
What?
What?
Don't say until?
Holy fuck.
I give up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's good. What?
You didn't, you went, I bad, nah.
I said until.
You're drunk.
No, no.